It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A strong system has triggered a significant winter storm across the west. Heavy snow, rain, and gusty winds are going to be possible. The stage is set for a dome of Arctic air that has been locked up in Canada to be unleashed into the U.S. through the next few days. A strong cold front is going to increase the potential for severe weather across the Midwest. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are possibilities. Closer to home, well, today is going to be a very windy day. West winds of 35 to 45 miles per hour, gusting up to 60 or 70 in the higher terrain and along the east slopes of the mountains. In the lowlands, the winds are going to be in the 30 to 40 mile an hour range, gusting to 50 to 60. We're going to see areas of blowing dust, which will reduce visibility to less than 2 miles, creating hazardous driving conditions. Tomorrow, it's going to quiet down. Thursday, we're going to have a chance for lowland rain showers and high mountain snow showers. Precipitation totals are going to be traced to light. Friday and Saturday are going to be quiet. The winds are going to return on Sunday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. At approximately 2:38 yesterday, the Alamogordo Fire Department was dispatched to the 2100 block of North Florida. When they arrived, they found a trailer fully engulfed, threatening other homes in that trailer park. The fire department was able to hold that fire to the trailer of origin. The park manager did confirm that home was vacant. The fire has been ruled as incendiary in nature. The investigation is ongoing by the Fire Investigations Unit. The Alamogordo City Commission regular meeting is happening tonight. 3 things for new business, including presentation and discussion on a new natatorium, presentation and discussion on the city's financing capacity, and consider and act upon the budget process and documents for fiscal year 2024 through 25 preliminary budget. Many Hands Alamogordo has a very special hike and workday scheduled. Courtney McCrary Squires told me what to expect.
So this coming week, we actually have a workday, a community planting day, in combination with a community foraging hike. And that will be focused at the New York Alleyway Garden. So we'll meet there at 2 p.m. for a community hike. And we'll hike from the New York Alleyway Garden to the Maryland Avenue Garden, taking a look at some of the wild plants that grow here in Alamogordo, different wild natives. We'll look at which plants that can be found in the wild that are also edible. And then we'll head back to New York Avenue for a short cooking demonstration on how a person could prepare some of these plants. And then we'll have a community planting day where we will reseed and transplant at the raised bed planters there at the New York Side Street Garden.
And if you have any questions,
we do have a public Facebook page, which is with Many Hands Alamogordo. They're also welcome to send me an email, and our campaign's email address is with Many Hands Alamogordo@gmail.com.
Be sure to wear closed-toe, comfortable shoes and clothes you don't mind getting dirty. The Republican Party of Otero County has a movie night scheduled. Vice Chair Josh Beasley called us and told us all about it.
On February 29th is the second installment of our movie nights at headquarters. It's called Out of the Shadows. It follows a Hollywood stuntman who was injured on the job, and while he was out, he started looking at different things, seeing how the mainstream media and the government are all intertwined. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but this guy did a lot of research. He brings up a lot of good points, and we're really looking forward to sharing it with you. And we'll be showing it Thursday, February 29th at 5:30 p.m.
Details can be found on the Republican Party of Otero County Facebook page. Kitty City will be at the mall this Saturday along with Animal Control.
Come to the White Sands Mall Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control will have both cats and dogs available for adoption.
Kathy Denton from Kitty City. The Kitty City, New Mexico Facebook page has details. The website has profiles of available cats. Animal Village NM continues to provide dog and cat food for families in need.
Thanks to our donors, we were able to provide more than 700 pounds of cat and dog food to these food banks.
Sonny Eris speaking with Crazy Radio.
In Alamogordo, contact Love Inc., 1106 Ohio Street, next to Lowe's Market. In Ruidoso, contact Lincoln County Food Bank, 138 Service Road, for times and days of operation.
More information is available by visiting animalvillagenm.com. On Thursday, March 28th, the Alamo Senior Center will be taking a trip to the Bigfoot Enterprise. That's a Bigfoot museum, encounter, and hunt in Cloudcroft. I spoke with Anna Mae White about the museum.
All of our feet, all of our hands are documented. It's all legal and right. We have come across a couple of phony things that weren't legal and right, but we haven't got them out yet. But we'll have it so you can see what the phony ones are. Then you see on the other wall all the research of Bigfoot. You can see how Bigfoot came about, everything.
You're going to meet at the Alamo Senior Center lobby promptly at 9 a.m. on March 28th for roll call. Cost is $5, and that does include the museum ticket. Lunch is not provided, so please bring your own, or there is a snack bar at the museum. You can sign up at the front desk right now. Seats are limited, and tickets are non-refundable. Tularosa Beautiful is having a cleanup event on Saturday, March 16th. We heard from Rusty Helton.
We're going to meet at the truck stop out here on, I guess it's the Tularosa Travel Center, and pick up trash around 54 and Radio Road for a couple hours. Try to make Tularosa more beautiful.
All equipment will be provided, including gloves. Dumpsters are going to be in town from the 15th through the 22nd. If you have any questions, send a Facebook message to Rusty Helton, or you can call him 512-657-2342. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a full book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Deputies with Colfax County Sheriff's Office were called to a truck stop just before 6 a.m. yesterday morning. Authorities said a newborn was found dead in one of the restrooms at a gas station. The mother was found at the Milner's Colfax Medical Center, where she was receiving medical attention. The Colfax County Sheriff's Office and the Office of the Medical Investigator are currently investigating this incident. A New Mexico judge has set a trial date for Alec Baldwin on an involuntary manslaughter charge stemming from the 2021 deadly shooting on the set of the Western movie Rust. It's going to begin on July 10th and last through the 19th. Jury selection for the trial will commence on July 9th. The announcement comes as the court is in the trial for Hannah Gutierrez-Reed and her role in that fatal shooting. Baldwin faces charges of involuntary manslaughter following a grand jury indictment. If convicted, he could spend up to 18 months in prison.
I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never. Never. That was the training that I had. You don't point a gun at me and pull the trigger.
Baldwin has entered a not guilty plea for these charges. Dana Flannery will now lead New Mexico's Medicaid program. Flannery comes to the land of enchantment with over 20 years' experience administering Medicaid systems in Arizona. Flannery has experience navigating federal healthcare systems and implementing crisis response. She also holds a psychology degree from Arizona State University. The Torrance County Detention Facility is facing a mountain of allegations, everything from racist and inhumane treatment of asylum seekers detained there to unsanitary living conditions and a lack of medical services. Federal inspectors recommended closing the privately owned and operated facility twice in 2022. That was the same year a 23-year-old Brazilian man took his own life inside the facility. Illegal migrant rights attorneys often describe the conditions as prison-like, possibly because it's a prison.
We're spending hundreds of millions of dollars a year essentially to make private for-profit prisons rich by housing immigrant detainees.
And they're quick to mention the asylum seekers detained there are not facing charges. Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury told KOB that the facility is so poorly managed, even ICE wanted out at one point.
The reason why ICE seems to be continuing these contracts is because they are unwilling to look at other housing options, but we should not be using county jails to house immigrants who are seeking a better life in this country.
State lawmakers attempted to step in this year with a bill blocking local governments from entering federal migrant detention contracts. That bill was killed by the Senate. Lawmakers like Stansbury are now reaching out to the federal government to stop these agreements. It's been almost 2 years since a private company began letting New Mexicans purchase state lottery tickets online. Stop Predatory Gambling New Mexico Chairman Guy Clark is critical of what that group calls predatory gambling, and he raises questions on whether or not that app is legal.
So it was all pretty much under the radar, and I think that was on purpose because they had no legislative authority.
Clark speaking with KRQE. In April of 2022, a company called Jackpocket quietly expanded into New Mexico. Their app allows New Mexicans to buy tickets for Mega Millions, Powerball, and other state-run lottery games online.
Which is a massive expansion. You're going from paper lotteries at dozens of outlets, maybe even hundreds of outlets, to cell phones, laptops, towers, hundreds of thousands of opportunities for gambling online.
The question is, should this app be permitted in New Mexico, as internet gambling has not been authorized by the state legislature? Clark likens the app to a 2016 situation where the state lottery launched a Play at the Pump program, which allowed people to buy lottery tickets at gas pumps with their debit card.
They did that without authorization too, and they got caught. And raised enough of an outcry that it was shut down.
The state says this situation is far different because this is not a New Mexico lottery app.
Hopefully they'll put pressure on the governor, and they and the governor will put pressure on the attorney general, and they'll shut them down.
Jackpocket says the company, in part, puts a cap on daily spending and the amount of money someone can deposit into their account daily. As for me, I think a person should be allowed to spend his or her money on whatever he or she chooses. But I'm radical. I believe in freedom. If you don't like the lottery, don't play. You know, I may have to give a call to this gentleman myself. The New Mexico Department of Veterans Services will hold their first public quarterly Veterans Community Meeting of the year on February 28th in Albuquerque at the New Mexico Veterans Memorial. The meeting will be from 9 a.m. until noon in the Memorial's conference room. DVS Cabinet Secretary Jameson Herrera will provide an update on agency news and events, and also seeking input from veterans regarding issues or concerns they have about services and programs for veterans and their families. Representatives from the Department of Veterans Affairs, Veterans of Foreign Wars, the American Legion, and disabled American veterans have also been invited to address any questions or concerns relating to their agencies. More information is available by checking out the New Mexico Department of Veterans Services website, nmdvs.org. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
First off, I forgot to mention this yesterday. Congratulations to the Tularosa High School boys and girls basketball teams, as both are recognized as district champions. Wow! Go Wildcats! There are 12 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Roswell at Clovis and Goddard at Lovington. 31 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Hondo at Carrizozo and Reserve at Mesilla Valley Christian. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly cloudy and windy. Expect areas of afternoon blowing dust. Winds are going to gust as high as 41 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, winds gusting as high as 29. Partly sunny and cooler tomorrow with a 20% chance for showers. Your high today in the basin, 69. Low tonight of 42. High tomorrow, 60 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly cloudy and windy with gusts as high as 60 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy and windy with gusts as high as 50. Partly sunny and cooler tomorrow with a 20% chance for snow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 46. Low tonight of 31. High tomorrow, 39 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.